Many stories have been passed down about the creation of man, the Hermetic travelers, and ancient civilizations. They may have once been a piece of human history, then became legend over time. There is a place in modern-day Bolivia in South America called Tiwanaku, which is a piece of this perplexing story. This place is next to the ancient temple of Pumapunku, which also is another mystery. Although, the faces that you see here on the wall are hardly recognizable due to weathering and people ruining them over time. Some are still intact, while some resemble strange depictions of different humans. But what's certain about these stone faces is that it still holds its reputable legend. This site is said to be built around 200 ACE due to the carbon dating found from various pieces of buried wood in the aqueducts. Although, by using archaeoastronomy and astronomical precession by lining up the star constellation of Ursa Major, the Great Bear, or mostly now known as the Big Dipper, it could be dated to be much older. This ancient site could be dated back to 9,000 or 16,000 BCE due to realigning where the original constellation once was positioned over the temple. With this in mind, it strikes many questions regarding the true history. From historical written passages of the first Spanish Conquistadors in South America, they have written many excerpts regarding this place. One excerpt comes from Garcilaso de la Vega, which quotes, "The natives say that this house, the Temple of Pumapunku, and other buildings were dedicated to the Maker of the universe." Another famous Spanish conquistador named Pedro Cieza de Leon also quotes, "Temples were made to him in many places, in which they placed stone lumps in his likeness, and in front of them they made sacrifices. The large lumps that are in the town of Tiwanaku are believed to have existed since those times, and although, due to the reputation they have of the past, they tell what I say about Viracocha, they do not know how to say more about it, nor that he returned anywhere in this kingdom." Another quote from Pedro Cieza de Leon states, "Many temples were made consecrated to Viracocha in which stone monoliths made in his likeness were placed. But in addition, the large monoliths that are in Tiwanaku were made in those times, as a reminder and tribute to him." And finally, another quote from another Spanish traveler named Pedro Sarmiento de Gamboa quotes, "Whether it was in one form or the other, everything agrees that Viracocha was the creator of these people. They have traditions that he was a man of medium height, white, and dressed in a dawn white suit secured around his waist, and that he carried a staff and a book in his hands. All of the buildings and temples that were in Tiwanaku at that time were for Viracocha's residence, and even his physical appearance." Many questions arise from these historical quotes from over 500 years ago. Who was Viracocha? Who were these Hermetic travelers that looked nowhere close to the native humans that lived in these lands before their arrival? Why were these stone faces created from his likeness? Were they depictions of these adorned people? And most importantly, where did Viracocha and the ancient travelers go?